Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the Newbes podcast. I'm your host, Samrah.
And I am Matther Blair.
And today we have the honor of welcoming such a special guest that I'm so excited for you guys to see. Not only is she a style icon, but she's also somebody that Matt and I both look up to and can learn a lot from.
Yeah, not only that, but she is actually the origin of the Newbes podcast. She is the one that kind of gathered Samrah and I together, and she thought we'd be a good match here to represent New Beginnings. And I think she chose okay. I think we did all right.
I think we
Don't
did.
leave me hanging.
Not this time.
All right.
I'm prepared now.
You know what? It was once said that a good boss is a lot like a four-leaf clover.
Ooh.
Hard to find, but lucky to have. And you know what? I think New Beginnings is lucky to have a boss like this.
I agree.
And I take great pride in introducing our guest,
Stacey Yannacopoulos. So we were actually just talking about how much of a style icon you are, Stacey.
You don't say.
I do say, and I love your red blazer. It matches our cover art
here.
here.
It does match the cover
I
art.
love that.
Way to stay true to character.
Thank you.
We just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the pod. We know you're a big supporter.
I'm so excited to do
you're
this.
one of the people that wanted this to get kick-started, and I'm glad that we could make that happen
So
for you.
badly. I am so excited for this. So thank you to you guys for making this happen.
Of course. This is so fun for us. We do genuinely enjoy what we do, and getting to have someone as great as you on is such an honor and so cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As somebody that's kind of been in the field for as long as you have, did you always know that you wanted to be in the social service sector at all?
Not right away. I straight out of university, I went into teaching in Korea.
Wow.
I lived there for a few years.
I did not know that.
See, you're going to learn all kinds of stuff.
It's very interesting.
So that was what I thought, I thought I was going into teaching. That was what I was passionate, which I guess is not too far away from, what I ended up doing. When I came back to Canada, I got a part-time job at New Beginnings, a part-time job at an addictions treatment facility in Windsor. And I just fell in love with the work here, and that totally changed the path that I was on. So
So how did you kind of make that transition into the powerful executive director of New Beginnings that we have now?
I have worked every position we have at New Beginning. And truly, I started, I want to say 17 years ago, probably now. Started out working part-time in our custody facility, kind of worked as different positions became open. I wanted to try everything, right? I just found every element of what we were doing at the time so intriguing and wanted to learn as much as I could in the field. So I was our addictions counselor for a bit there. I worked in one of our specialized classrooms as a classroom therapist. And then as management positions opened up, I, went into I managed the attendance center.
Nice.
I managed custody.
Wow.
Was all over the place. And then eventually ended up here.
I feel like that's why everyone feels so comfortable talking to you, even when it's work related, because you've been in part of pretty much every aspect of New Beginnings, which is so cool.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I think the one thing it has done for me as a leader is that I would never expect anything from the staff here that I know I wouldn't have been able to do as a frontline worker, right? Or I get how taxing the work can be, and I know how stressful, and it's only gotten worse, right? Everything is just so much more complex now than what it was when I first started out. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, we can feel that as employees. I feel like you're always very in tune with what we're doing, and it's good to have that support and feel so supported. Yeah. So that's amazing.
That. Good.
Is that something you always wanted to do? When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you were younger?
No, never. I'm definitely not anyone's boss, No, I knew I wanted to be a change maker. I knew I wanted to have an impact, right?
Yeah.
So that was it. If you asked me in university what I was going to be, I was going to be a feminist. And that was it. I didn't know what that meant for work.
Queen.
But I was going to protest something somewhere always.
Period. You were going to make your statement.
That was it.
And you were going to say what you had to say.
Yes.
I love that. So being as busy as you are and having so many things to handle at one time, how do you maintain your passion for the field while doing it at such a grand scale?
Early on, my passion was, I guess you would say, more micro level. I was working hands-on with youth, and my passion came from what can I do for this youth today to help them reach their goals, help them, you know, move on a better path or change their lives, or what can I add value? You know, that was what my focus was. And now I think my passion is more like macro level, like what gaps are in the community,
right?
What gaps are in the region, like what can New Beginnings as an organization do to help meet those needs and fill those gaps, and what people can we collaborate, what organizations can we partner with, like what's exciting that we can bring to the table,
right?
So as much as I still obviously like really care about the youth we serve, I've taken more of a backseat from that, and now I'm looking kind of bigger picture. So that's always, you know, motivating, because things change all of the time.
There's always something new coming out, and there's always new things in the community. So it's definitely an ongoing project for sure. That's awesome.
We're going to take a break from these little questions that we've been asking for you, but we're going to actually introduce a new segment that we haven't had in any of our episodes yet. We're going to call this one Shifting Gears.
All right.
So pretty much we're going to be asking every guest that comes on, we're going to be asking them, during what period of time in your life do you feel like you needed to shift gears and kind of go into another direction to kind of lead you to the person that you are today?
I mean, I think my whole life, I've constantly been pivoting. I was quite the troublemaker teen. I think that's why I love who we work with so much, because I relate to them a lot. And, you know, like, and I know that there's a path forward, right? It's a phase. There's like, they're supposed to get into trouble. This is the time to make mistakes and experiment and learn and do better as you get older. But luckily, I had good people around me. I had good mentors. I had good support, you know, so it was maybe a little bit easier for me to pivot and focus on like, okay, like I need to get it together and like now focus on school. And luckily I didn't screw things up so much that I couldn't go to university or something. Right. And I think that was the moment where it was like, okay, I need to focus on better decisions, better choices, what my future looks like. And, you know, but again, like I was lucky I had those supports, and a lot of the youth we work with, they don't have, you know, that.
It
and
just goes to show the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah. I was going to say, I really resonate with what you said about being like kind of a troublemaker teenager and kind of going through that phase and learning and seeing the new aspect of life, like once you're out of that phase. And you're so right. That gives me a lot of hope with my clients when I'm working with them.
And you're like, I did all this.
Yeah,
and
right?
worse.
You're like,
you'll be fine.
I've seen that before, but it's not going to be like that forever, right? You grow and you change into a whole new person, and you do amazing things. And
then you can go on a podcast and say, sorry, Mom and Dad.
Exactly. Sorry for all of the worries I gave you. I'm okay now, though.
Yeah, right?
But good support system, and that's all you need.
That's it.
We knew somebody like yourself definitely had to take a shift somewhere in life, because you are now the executive director of New Beginnings, which is huge.
It is.
Something to be proud of. And I don't think there's I don't know if you hear it often, but like that should be something you're proud of. Like that's huge.
I am. And I'm proud of us, like truly, like as an organization, you know, like I think that's why I can't leave here. I just can't. But it's just like, I've seen us evolve so much, and I still have so many like really cool ideas of where we can continue to go and grow. Right. So I'm proud of, myself for getting where I am now, but like super, super proud of us as an organization.
I mean, the bigger we get, the more opportunities there are going to have to help others. And,
I think we're pretty unique in the sense that like New Beginnings is still at its core really grassroots, right? And that gives us a lot of flexibility, I think, to work with these youth the way that we work with them, which is super flexible, very, you know, tailored to what their needs are. And we're not as structured as, say, like if we were a bigger corporation. So as much as I want us to grow and expand and meet, you know, needs in the community, I also still really want to hold on to that kind of grassroots level work that we do, because I truly believe like that's what makes this place special.
I agree with you. I think being able to be like real with our clients and not have to tiptoe. Of course, we keep it 100% professional, but having that genuine aspect to it just makes such a big difference.
And there is just something to say about still being boots on the ground, and like having that aspect of this in this sector is huge. And it's not just very structured at all times and very appointment based and this and that.
Right.
Like we're there when they need us and
for anything, right?
For
like any youth can walk through this door, and we might not have exactly what you're looking for, but we've got someone that can work with you to get what you need, right? And if it's not here, that's okay. We'll help you get connected to it, but like a youth would never show up to the door at New Beginnings and be told, like, oh, sorry, you're in the wrong place. Like it's still come in, let's see what we've got that we can, you know, offer to you. And if it's not here, then we'll get you connected and we'll drive you there and we'll support you, you know, like.
And that just speaks volumes to like the vast group of employees that we have here. There's someone for whomever walks through those doors.
It's very true. Yeah. We're very diverse, which is good.
It is. It's beautiful.
It's really nice.
I have actually a fairly broad question, but one that's been kind of lingering since we started talking here. How do you define success in this field?
It's, you know, success is so individual to the youth that we work with, like truly. And I think that's, again, like what makes us so special is that we see that, right? So success for a youth might truly be getting up in the morning and you came to school today. You might not come the other 4 days of the week, but you came today, and that is success because maybe last week you didn't make it any days.
And we praise those.
And that is huge,
that one
right?
day
and
is important.
And then
it's
we've
not
got
overlooked.
And then we've got huge success stories that we can look back on too, right? I've seen youth start with us where they were in one of our, you know, outpatient programs or whatever, or they were accessing our employment services, and now they own businesses and they employ our youth in the right. So
which is a huge full
you
circle
see these
moment.
like full circle like moments, but you know, so is that success? Yes, but is the kid that, you know, couldn't get out of bed for a week got up because they connected with somebody here and they want to come in and talk, like that's success too, and it's just as big. So
definitely.
So, Stacey, another question we have for you was, what does New Beginnings mean to you as an organization?
As an organization, or like to me personally, it's like, that's where I grew up.
Yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
where like my whole career has, you know, grown here. Even though I've done things in the background, I've worked other places in addition to this. Like, you know, I started here when I was 20 something, right? So like everything I learned was through the course of my work here. I've also seen it grow and evolve and really, really become like a, I don't know, is it cheesy? Like a beacon of hope for youth.
No, it really,
right?
really
like,
is. Yeah.
I've seen our youth come back 10 years later and, you know, show up at the door and say like how this place changed them and how they would never have made it through if, you know, they didn't have what they had here with certain staff, or they'll come back 10, 15 years later with their families, like with their kids, and they want to show off like what they've accomplished, or they're looking to connect with that worker that, you know, made a difference with them. So like, it means everything to me because I've seen it work. I've seen it work so many times. I have seen kids who, you know, without our staff and without the programs and the services would, you know, just be kind of scraping by surviving. And because of what we're able to do, like I've seen them thrive. So
it's kind of intertwined with your mission, your change making mission. So it's really sitting at home with you, it seems.
Truly.
That's
and
really,
it's, you know, like I think pushed a lot of my personal goals too, right? So as the work we do evolves, like I have to evolve. So like we've become a little bit more, you know, clinical to meet some of the mental health needs that, you know, are increasing with the youth that we work with. And, you know, in order for me to feel confident to, you know, oversee those programs, I went back to school and got my master's in social work and graduated a few months. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Would I have done that if I wasn't here? Probably not. Right? Like, because it's almost like you have that pressure.
You have the push
to continue to, you know, be the right person for this role, right? I can't expect things of you guys if I'm not also capable or able to offer those things. So
and that's just a clear example of your professional and your personal goals intertwining to become like one big goal.
Yeah, that is really true. You kind of pull this all along with you on the wagon of
everyone's coming.
the wagon of success.
Hop on.
We're all on there. No, it's a good feeling to be part of a team where even somebody who holds your position is actually hands-on and real with the kind of work we do, because we feel supported, and I think our clients really feel that way too. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What do you think at your time at New Beginnings is something that you're most proud of?
would say like our growth
Yeah.
again. We've had to pivot, and some like really big pivots, right? So we've had, you know, major programs close, and we've had to repurpose and rebrand and think, you know, think outside the box to just meet the needs and stay sustainable. And COVID, like to just be able to say like I led an organization through a global pandemic is huge,
That
right?
is
like
massive.
because we were essential services.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
you know, like we were here
The
every
youth
day.
don't stop being youth
We
during
did
the
not work
pandemic.
from home.
No.
Those kids needed us more than ever before during that time, right? Because they were so isolated and had lost connection to so many other supports and services. So that to me is a huge accomplishment. I don't think a lot of people can put that on their resume. That
I don't think they can, Stacey. I think you're right. I don't think they can.
Your resume definitely is a few pages long at this point.
We're talking
So I
chapters.
think, you know, to me, that's like the stuff that I'm the most proud of is like you get hit hard in this in this field. You know, social services is not an easy field to be in.
Not
Like
at all.
funding is not easy. You know, everything changes and things are so dependent on the environment around us and, you know, different, you know, things that are just out of your control. So always being able to pivot and try to stay positive and try to keep other people from, you know, being afraid or not feeling safe in their, you know, their roles or so. That's, you know, I think that's something I'm proud of.
Yeah,
You should be. Yeah. Hey, Jinx. So we were going to pivot to one of our reoccurring segments, one that got a lot of good reviews in our last episode, Deja Brew, but I noticed
I have no coffee.
you have no coffee, you have no mug.
Anyone that knows me knows I always have a coffee, but I didn't want to bring my
However,
coffee on here.
we thought ahead of time.
We did.
We were preemptive, and we have
What do you have?
a mug,
A mug.
for you.
For you. So you can join us.
Everyone
in
that was
Deja
like,
Brew.
coffee is my I love this. You guys. Oh, and it's Dunder Mifflin.
It is, because
So
we know
good.
you love The Office.
I do love The Office.
You were an avid Office fan, so we
I
thought
am.
we'd honor your
I
fandom.
love this.
and
Thank
You're
you guys.
welcome.
We
No
did our
problem.
research.
So, guys, thankfully, we received very good feedback from our last segment of Deja Brew. So I just wanted to make another cheers to Deja Brew because we will be exploring this avenue again. Cheers to Deja
Cheers.
Brew.
It was great.
Thank you. So, Stacey, our Deja Brew question is, if you could have coffee with one person,
I
dead or
knew
alive.
it.
Sorry to throw this on you.
I didn't know it enough to prepare, but I knew.
Even better, off the top of your head.
I was like, they'll ask me something different.
No, you gotta have it.
Deja
Reoccurring,
Brew
baby.
is Deja Brew. And if you could have coffee with one person, dead or alive, who would you choose to have a cup of coffee with?
Can I steal sort of from your answer last week?
Absolutely,
Because it resonated so much, right? With my grandma, I would love, you know, she passed when I was quite young. And we were very close. And I would just love to hear, you know, more about her upbringing, more about my mom, more about, you know, I would love to show her what I've become and, you know, let her see like my daughter. And so, like, yes, definitely that. But then like the loser part of me wants to be like Tupac.
That's a great answer.
Hey, you got your fun
Anybody
one.
that knows me knows I am a huge Tupac fan.
Okay.
Hey, nothing wrong with some California love.
So, right.
No, not at all. I like that answer, Stacey.
I just think like he was so impactful at the time, and I think it'd be so cool today to talk to him and see what he thinks about like our generation of
I don't know
youth.
if Tupac's gonna like the mumble rappers that much.
I was going to say, maybe.
And you know, even just like how our youth could use their voice as a platform probably better than how it's being used, or what he thinks about like social media and how like I don't know. I just think he would have some really, really cool insight about how things are today.
Yeah, I think Tupac was a great advocate for like the poetic side of rap, right?
Yeah.
And that's something I feel like we're kind of losing now,
Yes.
which is not
Kendrick
great.
Lamar's
so
kind of keeping us around
He
in that
is.
storytelling aspect.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think Tupac was one of the OGs for that for sure.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
get better.
I like that answer.
So my grandma and Pac.
Hey,
Sorry.
maybe together.
Right?
Dream coffee rotation.
Again, sorry,
Yes.
mom and dad.
It's okay. Look what you did now.
Right.
It's fine. There's balance. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Good.
But before we kind of wrap things up, I have a question.
Sure.
And I know that we've gotten to know Stacey, the professional, the executive director, but I kind of want to get to know Stacey, the fierce queen style icon.
Yes.
So can you tell
My
us
kids are at
one
home
thing-
cringing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We're probably too old for that too, but you know what?
100%.
It's fine.
I think my
Slay
wife is going to
queen.
be like, did you say fierce
Like,
queen
what
on a
did you
podcast?
Be like,
you're a boss.
this is a safe space.
It
That's what we
is.
talked
It
about.
is. It has to
So
be.
maybe
Exactly.
one thing that you kind of got going on, or something that someone might not know about you, but something that you feel like you can share on here.
Yeah, like I don't do a whole lot outside of work. Sadly, like I work a lot. And then the other, kind of all the rest of my time goes to my family. My daughter is, huge into dance and, theater and all of that stuff.
So you're a dance mom?
I am a dance mom, and her
Nice.
schedule keeps me very busy. We actually have a show tonight
Nice.
at Walkerville.
Wow,
So,
okay.
so and yeah, and I love it. I do. And, the older she gets, the more, I try to cling to every minute that she'll still let me be a part of, it changes so quick.
It does.
So yeah, I think like just being a parent, I think, is probably the biggest
Yeah.
part of my life.
There's
I don't-
nothing lame about being a parent. And I've only been a dad for
I'm
a
like,
year and a
yes.
bit, but I'm already trying to cling on to things that are,
Yeah,
she's only
just-
a year old.
You know what? Like everyone says that it goes so fast, and you're like, yeah. But like,
And then you blink
it
and
really does, right? Like,
yeah.
so.
And then your daughter's halfway through high school at this point?
No, grade 9, please.
Sorry, my apologies.
She just
Not
looks
to, not
like
to
she's
age her.
halfway there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are very involved with her though, because
am.
every time I see you guys are always working on something
We
creative
are
and
always doing
having so
something.
much fun with it, which is so important because
But
I'm
that-
sure that's something she appreciates.
Just stresses the importance of involved parenthood. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I'm probably more involved than she would like me to be. Like I'm on her parent council and I'm on the board of directors for her dance company. And
You're a change maker, Stacey. You got to be somewhere.
If my daughter goes down the road of being a dancer too, like my sister, I'll be a dance dad
Yeah.
too. I might be
it's
doing some
so
numbers
fun.
myself.
That's right. You will be.
Give me some tap shoes. I'll make
Some
it happen.
TikTok videos.
Well, we're gonna put the spotlight on you, Stacey, so you can highlight anything up and coming at New Beginnings.
Okay, so the obvious one to me is that we have our annual Say Yes to the Prom Dress event coming up.
Awesome.
March 21st, 22nd. So from now until March, that is all you will hear me talk about on any platform that we have to talk. So March 21st, 22nd, the event's at 1015 Highland in our gym. Free prom dresses, suits, accessories for any youth in need. It's a massive event. It's huge and it's so fun.
When are we accepting donations up until?
Now until the week of. So
Awesome.
this is my shameless plug for call for donations of dresses, suits, accessories, purses, shoes, jewelry. We also, are always looking for community partners and, local businesses who can donate anything, prom related that we can raffle off. So like beauty services, restaurants, anything like that. We try to make it as fun and exciting for the kids that come. So we raffle off a ton of prizes and give out all kinds of free stuff. And so
Try to make sure they have the best prom experience they can
That's
have.
it.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And where can they find all this information at?
So our website or Instagram, Facebook,
Awesome.
check it out. You'll see promotion all over the place. But
You heard it from Stacey. Say yes to the
Please.
dress.
Say yes to your dress.
Yes.
At the Say Yes to the Dress event.
Perfect. And suits.
And suits
Yes.
too. And
that's newer for us. So I got to get used to it. I know.
Suit up, and the suits, ties, anything like that, dress shoes.
Yeah, truly like anything when you think prom.
Yeah.
Anything that a youth could or would need or want for prom, we will take it and we will give it to somebody who is very well deserving.
When you think prom, think say yes to the dress.
That's it.
exactly. Period. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 2 of the Newbes podcast. We hope you enjoyed. And Stacey, we finally want to thank you for joining us
Guys,
today.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much.
This is
It
very
was a
fun.
very insightful.
It was very
but
nice.
It was just fun talking
was.
to you. It
Thank
always
you.
is. Our next episode, you can find us again on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, February 14th.
Happy
So if
Valentine's
you want
Day.
to snuggle up with somebody and watch the episode, I think that was fun enough where you guys can enjoy it, grab some popcorn. Yeah.
And don't be new to the Newbes podcast.
Period.
Period. Period, queen.